Well, hello there, all you strange and interesting creatures of the internet. Welcome back to the All Seasons on F1 2019. As you can see, the Hookster is currently in 4th position, just 19 points behind the leader, Valtteri Bottas, who's level on points with his own teammate, Alexander Albon. Fantastic. Anyway, let's have a look at the vehicle performance comparison chart. As you can see, we are 3rd from the top, which I still think this is really not where the car is at the moment. But anyway, we're going to bolt some more parts onto the car. We want to go for some more durability on the gearbox, but unfortunately we're already halfway through development on that, so we can't do that. So we're just going to have to see what Carl recommends for us. What you're going to recommend, Carl, and it's going to be something else to do with the downforce. The diffuser. Thank you, Carl. Thank you very much indeed. Okay then, let's continue on our championship. And as you can see, already after just 2 races, we've done 38% wear to the gearbox. Now, I just can't understand it. I wonder if it's because I use a manual gearbox. I don't know. Anyway, let's move on.
Welcome to Shanghai, China, for what I've no doubt is going to be a fantastic F1 qualifying session.
Anyway, so here we are in China, which we haven't seen for years. Absolutely years, but it is back on the calendar next year. So let's have a look and see what fantastic time the Hookster can put in at the moment. Devon bloody Butler's got pole position with a 1:34.455, and now Sergio PEREZ has sneaked in there. Let's see what the Hookster can do as he's about to cross the line. I don't think he's going to beat pole though. No, he's already passed it, and it's 2nd place at the moment at 1.1 second behind the leader. Okay, a little bit later qualifying, you can see, well, we're down to 14th place at the moment, slightly up there on our deltas, but not by much, just a 10th to be honest. Bottas has still got pole positions, and let's see if we can just slightly improve. Maybe get up into the 13th or actually 11th position. Wowzers, and just above our own teammate, Kevin Magnussen as well. Fantastic. Well done. Anyway, that's it. The end of qualifying. The checkered flag has come out. We're up into 12th position. As you can see, Vettel's ahead of us. But unfortunately, we are now down the delta time, so I don't think we're going to improve on 12th. But more importantly than that, we are ahead of our own teammate, which is going to be great news. Absolutely great news as we're about to cross the line. Where are we going to end up? Is it still going to be 12th, or are we going to drop down? And oh my goodness, bloody hell, we have dropped down horribly, down to 16th position for the race. That's not very good. That's not very good at all. So there you go then, down to 16th, 13th for K-Mag, and at the back of the field it's George Russell and Devon Butler. Okay then, let's do this.
It's time to find out which driver is up to the task of claiming the Chinese Grand Prix. We're here in Shanghai. Shanghai International Circuit then, a 16-corner high-speed thrill ride. The long and ever-tightening right-hander at turns 1 and 2 tests a driver's patience, and the flat, open to the elements location, tests their skill in a crosswind. 2 DRS zones will assist passing, and overtaking is available into turn 1 and of course down the kilometre-long back straight into the hairpin at turn 14. Alongside me once again for coverage of today's race, it's none other than the great Anthony Davidson. Let's talk about the captain. They're starting towards the back of the field today in a car that is fast, so they'll be disappointed, won't they?
They'll have a sinking feeling as they look up from the cockpit and realise they're in a different postcode to the start line for sure. But the one positive they can hold on to is that the car is quick and they can make their way through the field.
Before we begin, let's take a quick look at the grid lineup for today's race. Valtteri Bottas lines up on pole position and Lewis Hamilton completes the front row. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Leclerc, Albon, Sergio PEREZ and Hülkenberg, Verstappen, Weber, Vettel and Roman Grosjean. Norris, Sainz, Kevin Magnussen and Raikkonen, Stroll, the captain, Daniel Ricciardo and Daniel Kvyat. Butler and George Russell ends our grid lineup. Now it's almost time to lights out, so let's go down to the track.
So it's time once again for the 5 lights to go out on the All Seasons career mode, and we say go, go, go. And it's away we go. Great start off the line, 16th position, don't forget, Raikkonen directly in front of us. We've got Lance Stroll just off the left-hand side as we go into this torturous right-hand turn at the Chinese circuit, of course, don't forget. Very, very torturous indeed. What's the Hookster going to do? Is he going to see if he can sort of dive it down the inside? Yes, he does. And once again, oh, a little bit of contact there with the Ferrari. He's just sneaking out around the outside there, as you can see, going past the Alfa Romeo car. I think that's Kimi Raikkonen. Yes, it is. Kimi's going to be in his helmet there going, ah, get out of the bloody way. Get out of the bloody way. Anyway, so up into 13th position at the moment. He's going to go for another dive on this Ferrari of Sainz. Yes, he does. Sneaks down the inside of Carlos Sainz. Great move there from Hookster. Up into 11th position already from his 16th position grid start. Don't forget. And we got Weber now, Lucas Weber, directly in front of us in the Renault in 10th position. This is for one World Championship point. Is he going to achieve? He can sneak round the outside. No, yes, he does go down the inside though of Lucas Weber. And yes, he gets into the points now, up into the points. 10th position and still on the first lap of the race. Now we've got Vettel in front. We've got Grosjean, Grosjean. And there's another car, just can't see who it is. It's Verstappen. It's Maxi Boy Verstappen, of course, in the Haas car for 2019. Yes, but look at this. Looks like he's going to sweep down the inside into this turn. Look at this. Look at this. This is real excitement now. So he's already up into 9th position and now chasing Grosjean, who of course is in the Red Bull. Yes, the Red Bull for 2019. But we get past Vettel. That's more important. We get past the Ferrari car. Let's see if he's going to put the moves on Grosjean then into this very, very tight right-hander. Yes, sneaks down the inside. A little bit of contact. No, actually, I don't think there was any contact there. And the Hookster goes through beautifully there, up now into 8th position. And it's still the first lap of the race. Fantastic. As Valtteri Bottas puts in a fastest lap for this Grand Prix. Wowzers, me trousers, as I like to say often. Anyway, we accelerate forward now to lap 2, still in 8th position for Hookster, still chasing Verstappen, who's in 7th place in, of course, that Haas car. Let's see what's he going to do. Well, he's quite a way back, but is he going to do a little dive down the inside of Verstappen? Yes, he does. Oh, this is going to be tight, very, very tight indeed. But he just manages to squeeze past Verstappen. Well, he manages to squeeze out Verstappen, in fact, but he now gets up into 7th position. Still on the second lap, now chasing Nico Hülkenberg, who goes a little bit wide there on the exit, but we continue on. We continue on and chase Nico Hülkenberg as we accelerate forward now to lap 4. And we have managed to catch up to the back of Hülkenberg. As you can see, he's got his DRS flap open, but we're going to see if we can just sneak down the inside of him. Well, that was a beautiful move, in fact. No contact whatsoever. In fact, he was miles away from Nico Hülkenberg there. Up now to 6th position and chasing Sergio PEREZ in, of course, that Racing Point car, who are doing really well in this championship, has to be said at the moment. As we accelerate forward down to lap 5. Just going round, he goes a little bit wide. Oh my goodness, and that gives the opportunity for Hülkenberg to get past, but he does the switchback on Hülkenberg and manages to hold on to his position. Wowzers. Absolute wowzers. So the Hookster is in the sharp end of the points at the moment in 6th position on lap 5. As we accelerate forward now, still on lap 5, still holding on to 6, chasing Perez, but as you can see from the mini-map, Perez is quite a way ahead now, and of course Hülkenberg is now going to use his opportunities right in the slipstream, right up the gearbox of the Hookster. Goes round the outside of him at the moment, but I think the Hookster's going to brake very, very late and get this inside line. Yes, he does. There he goes into the braking zone. Oh, but look at this. Hülkenberg's now going round the outside of the Hookster. I think he's got the place. Yes, he has. But I think the Hookster will just sidle into the inside as we go to this turn and manage to hold on. Gets a warning for a collision with Hülkenberg. But he does manage to hold on to the place. And in fact, cars have now come in. So he's made it up into 3rd position now. 3rd position on lap 6 as his teammate, Kevin Magnussen, also comes in for his pit stop. So we accelerate forward now to lap 6. I think it's time for Hookster to come in for his pit stop. Yes, in he comes. Got to be very careful at China you don't actually overbrake yourself like Lewis Hamilton did in, I think it was 2008. So in we come for our one and only stop. We're going to change from the soft tyre onto the harder tyre, which is going to be the yellow sidewall tyre. Mechanics are waiting for us patiently. They're there. Oh, look, it's still very, very busy in the pit lane. So we change on to the harder tyre. No, we're getting hell. I don't believe it. We're getting hell once again in this pit lane. It's the Racing Point this time. We've lost a little bit of time there. It was only a just under 2-second pit stop, but we did have to wait about, I don't know, a good 2 seconds in the pit lane before we were released. And now we rejoin in 8th position behind Sebastian Vettel, who's now fighting like crazy once again with Hülkenberg in that Renault car, which we are going to use this as our opportunities. We go right up the back gearbox of Sebastian Vettel. We're going to use this and see if we can get past both these cars before the next turn, because of course they're on, well, I say fairly worn tyres. I think they've got about a lap on them, and we have got fresh new rubber, and we now sneak down the inside of Sebastian Vettel. Yes. So now we just got Hülkenberg to go up into 7th place already. So that pit stop wasn't too much of a disaster that I thought it was going to be. As we accelerate forward out of lap 7, there's Hülkenberg. Once again, we're going to put the moves on him. Dive down the inside of Nico. And yes, we managed to get back into 6th place is what we had before the pit stop. So yes, indeedy, Mr. McGreedy, that pit stop certainly wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. Perhaps other cars got held in their pit stops as well, which is good news for us as we managed to hold on to this 6th position. As we accelerate forward out of lap 9, just going past the pits once again. And we're still in 6th place. We're now 8 seconds behind Charles Leclerc though, so I don't think we've got any chance of catching him. And we are still ahead of Nico Hülkenberg, as you can see. Fantastic. As we accelerate forward down to lap 10, and we've got some greens going out on the circuit. I don't know what's going on here. Just looking at the mini-map, we've got a yellow as well. And Sebastian Vettel, no, Sebastian Vettel in the Ferrari is out of this Grand Prix. It's disastrous news for the Ferrari team. Let's go to a replay and see exactly what happened with Sebastian Vettel right now. So there he is then on the replay, and everything looks... Oh, he just slows down, I think. Yes, he's just slowing down. There's no sort of smoke coming out the back of the engine, so it must be another kind of mechanical failure there for Sebastian Vettel. But yes... he really needs to park that car. Come on, Seb. Park the car. Park the car. Don't. Oh, he's right on the racing line there. Look at that. Look. Unbelievable. Come on, Seb. Park it up. It's not going anywhere else, is it? And finally, he decides to park up. Well done, Seb. Well done indeed. So anyway, back to us then on lap 14 now. It's the last lap of the Grand Prix. Still holding on to 6th place, so we are going to get some serious points in this race, which is great news as Valtteri Bottas has now crossed the line in the Mercedes car and won the race. And we are going to finish in 6th position. Hopefully we can just hold off Carlos Sainz, which we should be able to do because we've only got this call to go, and it's the end of the Grand Prix for our Season 2 on the All Seasons F1 2019 in the McLaren car, and we cross the line right now. Yes. Well done. Well done indeed for the Hookster. Good points there. Good points once again. So, there's Toto Wolff, the Terminator. Is your name Sarah Connor? No, it's Stephen. Oh, sorry, wrong sex. Anyway, there's Valtteri Bottas, who won the race. Well done, Valtteri. Well done indeed. And there's the team mechanics congratulating themselves. And there's F1 YouTuber Alex Gilliam in the background. Yes, he works part-time for Mercedes now. And there's Charles Leclerc in the Haas car, who finished in 5th place. Well done, Charles. Well done indeed. Wowzers. Where's the performance of that Haas car coming from? Anyway, onto the podium, and there they all are, everyone. Up there on the top step. It's Valtteri Bottas who got the 1st position. Lulu got 3rd in the Red Bull. I still laugh every time I see Lulu in a Red Bull. I just can't help myself. I just can't help myself. And there's Alexander Albon, who of course got 2nd position in the sister Mercedes car. Well done to them all. Well done to them all. So there you go then, as they all hug it out on the podium. It's time to look at the point situation. And so 6th for us, only 11th for Kevin Magnussen, so he was just outside the World Championship points. Valtteri Bottas, of course, won the race, and Sebastian Vettel, of course, didn't finish the race. So on to the standings now after this round. Still in 4th position, 37 points now behind the leader, and Valtteri Bottas has got into the lead with 70 points now over Alexander Albon. And Lewis is ahead of us now. Oh dear. In fact, he's equal with us on 33 points, and there's the constructors. So it's time to move on after that round to the next round of the championship, round 4 of course, and it's going to be at Baku. Yes, Baku. Fantastic. And after that race, we're just looking at the vehicle performance comparison chart. It's going to bolt some more parts onto the car. As you can see, finally we can do that durability now for the gearbox, so we can be fully durabilityed up for the gearbox, because we do wear these gearboxes out very, very quickly indeed. And now we've got some more for downforce, I do believe, as well. Thank you, Carl. Something to do with the halo. I don't know. I don't even look at these bits. Anyway, so there you go. 52% wear now on the gearbox after just 3 races. Absolutely outrageous. It's never going to last 6 races, is it? No way. Anyway, so before we continue, it's time for us to go out in one of those cars from yesteryear, and this time it's the beautiful, the gorgeous 1976 Ferrari. Yes, 1976 Ferrari, back to the glory days of Formula 1. In fact, it's so glorious, it's before even my time. Yes, the 70s. Yes, I didn't watch Formula 1 in the 70s. No. But anyway, there you go then. Let's see if we managed to complete our checkpoint race. I think we did. I think we passed it okay, and that's the end of it anyway. So there you go. Have we passed it? I think we have. Let's have a look and see. Yes, we have. We've passed our checkpoint challenge. Fantastic. And did we beat Webber? No, unfortunately we didn't. In fact, we were pretty way off Webber. But anyway, we will move on to the championship.
In the Republic of Azerbaijan. The teams are making their last-minute adjustments before the lights go green, and the fight for pole position can get underway.
So here we are for qualifying at Baku. Let's see what we can do. Well, George Russell's got pole position at the moment with a 140. Wowzers. That's very good going from George Russell there. Let's see what time we can put in. He's about to cross the line. Kevin Magnussen, our teammate, has just put in a fastest lap in the McLaren. So let's see what we can do. Can we equal Kevin Magnussen's time, or maybe a bit? No, we can't. No, we can't. We're in 3rd place at the moment, 1.1 seconds behind the leader. Okay then, a little bit later qualifying, you can see we're in 18th position at the moment, but we are half a second up on our delta time, so that should be pretty decent. We may get possibly 12th position out of this as we're about to cross the line. Just looking at the delta time, yes, it's still holding at about just over half a second, so this should get us, I think, into about 12. Is it going to be 12? Or wait, what's going on? Wow, it didn't even alter our time. I don't believe it. I was half a second up and yet I still maintained 18th position. I was so surprised I almost crashed into the barrier. Anyway, there you go then. That's the end of qualifying. Looks like we're only going to finish in 18th position. Very, very disappointing in the McLaren car, has to be said. But there you go. Albon's got pole. And we're not going to... Well, I don't know. We're just shy of half a second. We may get a little bit further up the rankings. Let's have a look as we're about to cross the line for the final time. Are we going to improve on 18th place? I'm not quite sure. There's the line. I think we did, but I think it was only one position. Let's have a look and see. Yes, it was. Just 17th position for the race. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Oh well, never mind. 17th for us, 11th for Kevin Magnussen. Okay then, it's time for the race.
Good afternoon and welcome to Baku. This was the arena, if you think back to 2017, of one of the most eventful races of modern history, with controversy behind the safety car, last-second overtakes, and a historic podium for Williams and for Lance Stroll. So let's find out what lies in store for us this year. It's time for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. The Baku City Circuit measures roughly 6 kilometers and is made up of 20 corners and 2 DRS zones. The circuit winds around the narrow city, through the old town, and even brushes against the city's medieval walls. However, as beautiful as the setting is, this track is also a ferocious technical challenge, where the smallest of mistakes could lead to catastrophic consequences for all of our drivers. Anthony Davidson, thanks for joining me once again for the Grand Prix. Can I get your take on Haas? We have a number of changes to the aerodynamic regulations this year, and the signs haven't looked good for them so far in terms of getting to grips with those changes.
It doesn't look promising for them so far. And if the new regs have hit them as hard as we think, well, I suspect they may need a few late nights at the factory to get back on track.
It's time to see how our drivers are stacking up after yesterday's exciting qualifying session. Good job yesterday from Valtteri Bottas. The Finn starts from pole position, just edging out Alexander Albon, who'll start from P2. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Perez, Leclerc, Lucas Faber and Stroll, Norris, Vettel, Hamilton and Kevin Magnussen, Hülkenberg, Grosjean, Kimi Räikkönen and Russell. Verstappen, the captain, Daniel Ricciardo and Devon Butler. Fiat and Carlos Sainz will start from the back of the grid. And now it's time to head down to the track.
So once again, it's time for the 5 lights to go out on the All-Seasons Clear mode. And we say go, go, go. And it's away we go. 16th position in the end. We've got Verstappen off to the right-hand side of us. We've got Russell directly ahead of us. What's he going to do? He's going to dive it. He's going to send it straight to the... Oh, beautiful move there for Luxter. Straight up into 11th position already. Wowzers. A little bit of a warning from Magnussen as he now dives on the inside of Lewis Hamilton. And there's his own teammate, Kevin Magnussen. He tried for a little move there to try and get past K-Mag, but unfortunately didn't manage to pull that off. But he's already up into the points, 10th position, and chasing like crazy as we go to this very, very hard left-hand turn. And yes, he does get past his teammate, slots him beautifully, in fact, up into 9th position. Now we've got Sebastian Vettel, and I think Lando Norris is in front as well. Yes, he is. He's in the Alfa Romeo, of course, for this 2019 season. This is going to be very, very weird indeed, but let's see if we can get past him. Oh, a little bit of a switchback on Lando Norris, and we almost put him into the wall, but we too managed to get past, so up into 8th position. Of course, we've replaced Lando Norris at the McLaren, so yes, that's why he's gone in to the Alfa Romeo, because there's probably no other seats available. Anyway, now we go through the tortuous castle section for the very, very first time. It's so tight and twisty there, it's unbelievable. You have to be very, very careful, but of course you have to run low downforce for the straight, so it's very, very challenging, this circuit. A very technical circuit at Baku, and the Hookster still manages to hold on to the position that he's got at the moment, as we're just coming round now with seeing Lando Norris behind us, which of course is 8th place. And the gearbox wear is not looking very good, as usual. 61% already, 61%, but it'll be okay. We won't get any failures before the end. No, it'll be fine. So there you go then, almost completing the first lap of the Grand Prix. The Hookster still holding on to this 8th position and chasing Vettel. Just look at the mini-map, little bit of a gap forming between us and Vettel now, and Lando Norris is still behind us, and of course that Alfa Romeo as Valtteri Bottas puts in the fastest lap, and we complete lap 1 of this Grand Prix. Okay, on to lap 2 now. We're chasing Charles Leclerc. Of course, no DRS yet, but I think we may have him just on pure slipstream. He sort of dives to the left-hand side, so we go around the outside just as the DRS has been enabled, and we get the place off him. So yes, up into 7th position now, and chasing Lance Stroll now. Lance Stroll in that Racing Points. We accelerate forward to lap 5. Unfortunately, Stroll started to pull away from us. I think we may be coming in for our pit stop on this lap because we don't want to get held in the pits again. So we're coming in a little bit early. So yes, in we come. Raikkonen just goes past us, as you can see. And we're going to see if we can get out of this pit without getting held up like the last Grand Prix in China, as the Ferrari just comes out in front of us. Okay, thank you lads. Come on, fast stop please. Yes, onto the yellow side. And yes, it was a good stop. A very good stop indeed. We didn't get held at all there, so that was a good decision to come in just 1 lap earlier. So we rejoin in 15th place now. 15th position behind Sebastian Vettel and ahead of Daniel Ricciardo, the Honey Badger, and of course our old Williams car from last year. As we accelerate forward to lap 6, still holding the 15th place, but of course now it's time for the other cars to come in for their pit stop. So hopefully we'll get back into the points as we're about to... Oh, we've got a yellow flag on circuit. Valtteri Bottas is out of the session. He's parked his car somewhere. I'm not quite sure where. I'm just having a look and see where I can see it. I can see it just ahead. I think it's off to the left-hand side just before the pit lane. Yes, there it is. He's parked it just before the pit entrance, and we've gone past the pits and we've got up into the points again. Yes, up into 9th position. Fantastic. And there's Kimi Raikkonen coming out of the pits. Unbelievable. He got the jump on us there, but I think we're going to have a little bit of purchase here to try and get past Kimi. We've got the DRS enabled, of course. No DRS for Kimi Raikkonen, so this is going to be a pretty easy pass. It has to be said. Well, I say easy. Look at this. He's blocking off the line, so we go around the outside of Kimi Raikkonen, and I think we get the move done, do we? Oh, very tight there. Almost hit the wall, but yes, up now to 8th position. On lap 7 of this Grand Prix, we're chasing Daniel Kvyat now, who's been passed by the car ahead. I think it's one of the Ferraris. As we accelerate forward to lap 7, just going past the pits again. I think another car may have come in for the pits, and Kvyat is coming in as well. So yes, we're going to gain a few more positions. I think we may get up into 6th place again. Yes, no, 7th position at the moment. No, now it's 6th. Yes, 6th position on lap 8, and chasing Sebastian Vettel, who's in the Ferrari car in 5th place, just ahead of us. As we accelerate forward out to lap 9, still in 6th position at the moment. No change, unfortunately, in positions. Raikkonen is behind us, Vettel is ahead, and Vettel is quite a way ahead. In fact, I think he's going for a move on one of the Racing Points. No, actually, the Racing Point... No, he has got past the Racing Point, yes. So Stroll's dropped down to 5th, and Vettel's got past, and we're still holding on to this 6th position on lap 10 of the Grand Prix. As we accelerate forward now, still on lap 10, as you can see, we've got some flags going around the circuit. More yellows out. I think a car may be out of the Grand Prix. I'm not quite sure. Let's have a look. We've got some yellows and greens. What's going on? Any cars dropping out? Can't see at the moment, so we continue on in 6th. It's Kimi Raikkonen. Kimi Raikkonen is now out of the session. Let's go to a replay and see exactly what happened to Kimi. Well, there he is. Everything looks fine at the moment for Kimi Raikkonen. Just coming. Oh, he's slowing down. Once again, no engine failure. No smoke out the back. Just seems to be some kind of mechanical. Maybe hydraulics. I'm not quite sure. But he's definitely slowing down. And now he's pulling off the circuit. So that's it. Game over for Kimi Raikkonen. Anyway, back to us. It's now the last lap of the Grand Prix, as you can see. So it looks like, once again, we're going to get some serious points for this round. Up into 6th position. Vettel's way ahead of us, unfortunately. So we're not going to catch him. And Maxi Boy Verstappen is in 7th place behind us, as Sergio Perez in the Racing Point wins the race. I can't believe it. I can't believe the performance of these Racing Points. But yes, Sergio Perez has won the race at Baku, and we're going to cross the line in 6th position. If we can just hold off from Verstappen, who's looking very, very racy indeed. We've got to block him off. We make our one move. And I think we're going to do it. We had to do it, otherwise he would have got past us. And yes, we have. So we hold on to this 6th position. Wowzers. Absolute wowzers. A good clutch of points over both these rounds, has to be said. And there is the bloke in charge at Racing Point, who I have no idea what his name is because I can't remember. No. Who cares, basically, anyway. So there you go. There's Sergio Perez, who won the race. Well done, Sergio. Well done, Checo, indeed. And there is the Racing Point team mechanics, with F1 YouTuber Arava in the background. Yes. And there is Max Verstappen, who finished 7th in the Haas car. Well done, Max. Well done indeed. So there you go then. Onto the podium. There's a top step for Checo. Takes his trophy and says, thank you, lads. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Holds his trophy up high, and now it's time for the champagne to go over everyone. Well done. Well done, everyone. Great race that was. Very good indeed. And great to see someone else up on the top step. Has to be said. So let's go to the point situation now and see exactly where we are. And I say we finished in 6th. Kevin Magnussen only finished in 11th place, unfortunately. So once again, just outside the World Championship points. So in the standings now, you can see that we are in 4th position with 41 points, 39 behind the leader. Alexander Albon now is in the lead with 80 points over Valtteri Bottas. Lewis Hamilton has dropped down behind us. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. Anyway, as always, thanks so much for watching, everyone. You've been awesome as always. And yes, of course, there will of course be more later.